Good evening, Yankees Nation. You are here with Ken, and we are here on the Ugly Truth. We are going to be calling the game two of the White Sox versus the Yankees. As you know, last night the Yankees clinched a playoff spot. However, we're not done yet. Hey, Just, how's it doing? The Yankees are one game behind the Toronto Blue Jays for a tie for the American League East lead. Hey, John. And if we do our part, hopefully the Red Sox will give us a helping hand with Garrett Crochet on the mound this evening, and we we bide our portion of the tie. But before we get any further into that, I'm going to go over the lineup today, starting off with the White Sox. It is going to be Medroth playing second base, leading off. Mead will be at third base, hitting out of the two hole. Caro will be behind the dish, hitting out of the three hole. Vargas will be at first base, hitting out of the cleanup spot. Montgomery will be hitting out of the five hole at shortstop. Sosa will be DHing, hitting out of the six hole. Julks will be in left field, hitting out of the seven hole. Baldwin will be hitting out of the eight hole, playing right field. And Taylor will be in center field, bringing up the rear. On the mound for them is going to be Elder, left-handed pitcher, and expect some fireworks. For our New York Yankees, Trent Grisham will be leading off, playing in center field, hitting 236 on the season. Aaron Judge will be in the two hole, hitting 325 on the season. Cody Bellinger will be following up in the three hole, playing left field, hitting 269. Giancarlo Stanton will be in the cleanup spot, DH, and hitting 263. Ben Rice will be behind the dish, hitting out of the five hole, 256. Paul Goldschmidt will be manning first base, hitting out of the six hole. And Jazz Chisholm will be at second, hitting out of the seven hole, 247. Anthony Volpe will be at shortstop, hitting out of the eight hole, hitting 213. And Ryan McMahon will be at third base, hitting 213. And on the bump for us is going to be our ace, Max Fried. As I understand it, there has been some rain and weather there in the Bronx. And God's honest truth, I hope that we get into it without rain delay, without us losing Max Fried as a starter after only a few short innings. This is going to be his last start of the regular season. So he will be going for his 19th win. How are we feeling about tonight's game, guys and gals? And for those of you that are here, if you could, please hit the like button, share the channel out. And if you're not a member of the Yankees The Ugly Truth family, please consider subscribing. Well, I've been calling that the Yankees are going to take the division for a little over 2 months, and a lot of people just thought that I was insane. Didn't know what I was talking about, and I always told everybody that I have faith in the team and I know what they're capable of doing. And God's honest truth, in my bones, I think that we are more than capable of taking number 28 on the season. But we're going to need a little bit of help from our friends, the Red Sox. And as much as it pains me to root for them, I will root my heart out for them this evening. We're just a couple of minutes before game time. Uh, the postseason is definitely going to be interesting this year. Uh, with the last week in the season, it's amazing to me that all the postseason positions have not been locked in yet. So, hence, it is up to everybody. I think that we're more than capable of winning out, and I certainly think that we're going to do that. I think we take the last two here. We take three from the Orioles in the Bronx. Max Fried is on the bump, taking the last of his warm-ups. Does not look like there's any rain. Yep, Cleveland and Detroit are definitely going to be interesting. Uh, the ramifications there being that Detroit could completely fall out of the playoff race, or they could knock uh, the Astros out. And then the National League is just as interesting with regard to the matchups that they've got going on. Fried is going to be making his 32nd start of the season. He's 18-5. Uh, could get his 19th win on the season, and that would be amazing. The thing that's funny to me is we haven't heard anything about Max or Carlos being in the contention for the Cy, although they are the tops in the league for wins. All right, on the scoreboard today, the Nationals beat the Braves 4-3. The Brewers beat the Padres 3-1. In the bottom of the second, the Rays lead the Orioles 2-0. The Tigers and the Guardians are in a rain delay. Pirates and Reds are in the top of third. They are locked up at zeros. In the top of second, the Marlins and the Phillies are at zeros. And the Red Sox and the Jays are at zeros. Meidroth is coming up to bat. He's hitting .262 on the season, 5 home runs, 23 RBIs, and a .673 OPS. Hey, Sean. And Fried sets, and the pitch is just off the plate. Count is 1-0. So we're going to see a better showing out of the umpires tonight. Fried sets, and the next pitch is in there for call. Strike one. Count is 1-1. Fried sets, fires, and the pitch is chopped down the third base line. Count is 1-2. Hey, Jacob, how you doing, brother? And Fried sets, fires, and the ball is chopped to third base. McMahon is going to fire across the diamond, and the umpire calls out when foul. It was right on the line. But if it wasn't a foul, McMahon would have gunned Medroth. Hey, Jonathan, welcome to the stream. And Fried sets, fires, and the pitch is swung on and missed for strike three. And Meidroth is down on strikes. Coming up to bat is Mead. Interesting thing in the Red Sox uh, Blue Jays matchup. It's Scherzer versus Crochet, so that should be a, a good game. Fried sets and he fires. The curveball is just low, ball one. Mead is hitting 243 on the season, 3 home runs, 19 RBIs. And the pitch is chopped to Fried. He fires to Goldie, and that is going to be the second out of the inning. Dan Bellino is the home plate umpire. He has 18 seasons in the major leagues, and he is considered a hitter friendly umpire. Yeah, I understand that, Jonathan. And the first pitch is a sweeper in there for call, strike one. Count is 0-1 on Kiro. Fried sets and he fires. The pitch is fouled straight back. Count is 0-2. And Fried sets, fires, and the curveball is way off the plate. Count is 1-2. And Fried sets. Pitch is off the plate and down low. Count is deuce deuce. Fried needs to pitch ahead of the hitters this evening. And Fried sets, fires, and the pitch is up and away. Count is full, 3-2. And the pitch is on the way. It is swung on and missed for strike three. And that is a great first inning for Max. He has 2 strikeouts. The White Sox go down in orders. And the Yankees are coming to bat. We will have Trent Grisham, Aaron Judge, and Cody Bellinger coming up on our half of the first. Quick note, I am observing the Red Sox Blue Jays game. The Red Sox have jumped on top, 1-0 lead. They have runners at second and third with one out. Romy Gonzalez is up to bat. All right, let's see. Welcome, D. Roger, talking about who's coming up. It's going to be Grisham, Judge, and Bellinger. Yes, I did. And Gonzalez hits a single that brings in 2 more runs. Red Sox now lead the Blue Jays 3-0. Ellard is the pitcher tonight. He is in his third start. He's 0-2 on the season, 4.5 ERA. He has a 157 OPS. No problem. Hey, for y'all that have hopped into the stream, if you could, please hit the like button and share the channel out. Yes, it is, D-Rod. Grisham is coming up to bat. He's hitting 236 on the season, 33 home runs, 72 RBIs. And the first pitch is on the way, and it is up and away. Count is 1-0. Ellard sets. And the pitch is in there for call. Strike one. Count is 1-1. Well, Red Sox are doing their part to help us out. And the pitch to Grisham is off the plate. Count is 2-1. Ellard sets and fires, and the pitch is right down the heart of Broadway. Count is 2-2. And Ellard sets, fires, and the pitch is wow. I thought he caught the top of the strike zone, but is call ball three. Count is full, 3-2. And the pitch is on the way, and it is off the plate, and that is ball four. Grisham works a walk in as he strips his gear off. Our captain, Aaron Judge, is coming up to bat. All rise, the judge is in the chambers. He's hitting 325 on the season, 49 home runs, 105 RBIs, and 11-21 OPS, although we know he actually has hit 50 home runs thus far. Hey, Ray, welcome to the stream. And the first pitch is on the way. The 96-mile-an-hour fastball is fouled straight back. Count is 0-1. Yes, Joe, I am following the game. And Ellard sets, and the pitch bounces all the way back to the backstop. Grisham is going to walk to second base, so the Yankees have a runner in scoring position already. Count is 1-1 on the captain. And the pitch is on the way, and it is right down the heart of Broadway for call. Strike two. Count is 1-2. All right, I'm sorry. This stupid thing has muted me once again. Can you hear me now? Count is 3-2 on the captain. Ellard sets, and he fires, and the pitch is down low and in the dirt, and that is ball four. Ellard has walked the first two hitters in the Yankees lineup. And the pitching coach is heading out to the bump. This is obviously a bullpen game for the White Sox. Is their starter going to make it out of the first inning? I don't know, but I'd like to give him a shot right in the arm. I want to welcome everybody who has hopped into the stream. If you haven't, please hit the like button, share the channel out, and if you're not a member of the Yankees The Ugly Truth family, please consider subscribing. If you like play by plays, open panels, and interesting uh, questions in the format of a video, then this is the place to be. Cody Bellinger is coming up to bat. He's hitting 269 on the season, 29 home runs, 97 RBIs. And Ellard sets. Pitch is on the way in the dirt. Count is 1-0. And Ellard sets. Pitch is on the way, and it is off the plate. Count is now 2-0. And Ellard sets. Pitch is up high and away. Count is now full, 3-2. And the 3-0 is on the way, and that is ball. I don't know. It looked like he caught the inside of the strike zone, but he got given ball 4. So now the bases are juice full of Yankees with nobody out, and big Giancarlo Stanton coming up to bat. Stanton is hitting 263 on the season, 21 home runs, 56 RBIs, and a 903 OPS. And the first pitch is up and in. Count is 1-0. And the pitch is inside. Count is 2-0. Well, D-Rod, it may be loud, however. And the pitch is on the way. It is up out of the strike zone, and it is now 3-0. Ellard sets. Pitch is on the way, and it is right down the heart of Broadway for call. Strike one. Count is 3-1 on Big G. Ellard sets. Pitch is on the way, and Stanton swings through it. Count is now 3-2. And the pitch is on the way, and the ball is a pop up into right field. And Grisham tags, but he bluffs. Baldwin makes the play, and he throws all the way to home. So that is the first out of the inning. Coming up to bat is Ben Rice, who's been on fire lately. And the first pitch to Rice is off the plate. Count is 1-0. Ellard sets. And he pitches, and the pitch catches the top portion of the plate for call. Strike one. Count is 1-1. Rice is hitting 256 on the season, 24 homers, 62 RBIs. And the pitch is on the way, and it is inside. Count is 2-1. And Ellard sets and fires, and the pitch is off the plate. Count is now 3-1 on Rice. And the pitch is on the way, and it is fouled off. Count is now 3-2 on Rice. Ellard sets and fires, and this one is foul straight back. Count is going to remain 3-2. And Ellard sets, fires, and Rice swings and misses for strike 3. So that is 2 away now. And Goldie is coming up to bat. Are they going to pull Goldschmidt, or are they going to pull Ellard out of the game? This is going to be one of those games that pisses me off. My Jedi sense just tells me so. And while we're waiting for Cannon to come out to the bump, if you would, please hit the like button, share the channel out. If you're not a member of the Yankees The Ugly Truth family, please consider subscribing to One and the Same. Hey, Joe, welcome to the stream. And Crochet retires the Blue Jays in the bottom of the first as they head to the top of second. Cannon has a 5.67 ERA with opponent batting average of 278. And he sets, fires, and the sweeper catches the outside corner for call. Strike 1. Count is 0-1. Ellard sets and fires, and the pitch is down low. Count is 1-1. And the pitch is on the way, and this is fouled off by Goldie. Count is 1-2. And the pitch is on the way. And the pitch is swung on and missed. So the Yankees have the bases loaded with nobody out, and they cannot push a solitary run across. Coming up to bat in the top of the second is Vargas, Montgomery, and Sosa. And I will be right back. And Vargas is up to bat, and the first pitch from Fried is down low for ball one. Vargas is hitting .230 with 15 home runs, 57 RBIs, and a 708 OPS. And the next pitch is on the way, and it is a cutter call, strike one. Count is 1-1. And Fried sets, fires, and the pitch is grounded through the left side of the infield to Bellinger with a single. Hey, Jose, how you doing? Montgomery's up to bat. And Fried sets. Pitch is on the way, and it definitely looks like it caught the bottom of the strike zone, but it is called ball one. Montgomery's hitting .221 on the season, 19 home runs, 51 RBIs with a 793 OPS. And Fried makes a pickoff attempt at first, almost throws that one away. And Fried sets. Pitch is on the way, and this one is chop foul. Count is 1-1. And Fried sets. Pitch is on the way, and it is just off the plate. Count is now 2-1. And the 2-1 is inside. Count is now 3-1 on Montgomery. Fried sets, fires, and this one is ripped into right field. And that one is going to be off the wall. And Vargas is heading to third. So the White Sox have runners at first and third with nobody out. This is the first throw that we've seen Judge let it fly. And Fried sets. Pitch is on the way, and the curveball is just a bit high. Count is 1-0. Sosa's hitting .258 on the season, 21 home runs, 71 RBIs, and a .712 OPS. And the next pitch, a curveball up high. Count is now 2-0. Fried sets, fires, and this pitch is a high fly ball to left field. That is deep enough for a run to tag and make it in. Vargas tags and he heads in. Sosa has a sacrifice fly to put the White Sox on the board, 1-0. Julks is coming up to bat. He's only had 4 games in the season and he's hitting .375. And the pitch is on the way, and it is a sweeper inside. Count is 1-0. And the pitch is swung on and missed. Count is 1-1. And Fried sets and fires, and this one is chopped to McMahon. McMahon fires to second and throws it into the dirt. Montgomery is going to stay put. They give the error to McMahon, although Jazz certainly could have caught it. So now there's one out with runners at first and second. And Fried sets, fires, and the first pitch is off the plate. Count is 1-0. Baldwin is hitting .236 on the season, 9 home runs, 31 RBIs, and a .670 OPS. Fried sets, fires, and the pitch is swung on and missed. Count is 1-1. And Fried sets, fires, and the pitch is up out of the strike zone. Count is 2-1. And the pitch is on the way. And this one is skied to left center. Grisham is going to make the play for the second out. Runners are going to hold. That's Going to have runners at first and second with 2 outs. Michael A. Taylor coming up to bat, hitting 199 on the season, 8 home runs, 32 RBIs, and a 617 OPS. And Fried sets. Pitch is on the way, and this one is hammered into right field, but foul. Count is 0-1. And Fried sets, and the pitch is foul back. Count is 0-2. And Fried sets. Pitch is off the plate. Count is 1-2. Fried sets, fires, and that pitch is off the plate. Count is now even at deuce. Fried's command definitely doesn't seem like it's there tonight. And the pitch is on the way, and it is fouled back. Count remains deuce. And Fried steps off the rubber. And Fried sets, fires, and the pitch is swung on and missed. That is going to do it for the White Sox, but not before they add 1 run on 2 hits with 2 runners left on base. Coming up in the bottom of the second is going to be Jazz Chisholm, Anthony Volpe, and Ryan McMahon. And around the major leagues, the Nationals have beaten the Braves 4-3. The Brewers have beaten the Padres 3-1. In the bottom of the fourth, the Rays lead the Orioles 3-0. In the bottom of the second, Tigers and Guardians are tied at zeros. In the bottom of the fourth, the Pirates have a 1-0 lead over the Reds. Bottom of 4, Marlins and Phillies are tied at 1 apiece. As you know, in our game, heading to the bottom of the second, the White Sox lead the Yankees 1-0. In the top of the third, the Red Sox lead the Blue Jays 3-0. And those are your active games on the scoreboard at this point. For those of you who haven't, please hit the like button, share the channel out. And if you're not a member of the Yankees The Ugly Truth family, please consider subscribing to One and the Same. All right, they've changed the error from McMahon to Jazz. And Cannon sets, fires, and the first pitch is a sweeper right down the heart of Broadway for call. Strike one. Count is 0-1. Cannon sets and fires, and the pitch catches the inside corner. Count is 0-2. Hey, Michael. And the pitch is on the way, and it is fouled off. Count remains 0-2. And Cannon sets, pitch is on the way, and it is inside. Count is 1-2. And the pitch is on the way, and Jazz swings at a pitch that is nowhere close to the strike zone. First out of the inning. And the first pitch to Volpe is wow, looks like he was right in the outside portion of the plate, but it's called ball one. Count is 1-0. Volpe's hitting 213 on the season, 19 home runs, 72 RBIs. And the next pitch is on the way, and it is foul, tipped into the glove of the catcher. Count is 1-1. And the pitch is on the way, and that is a sweeper up and into Volpe. Count is now 2-1. Cannon sets, fires, and the sweeper is called. Strike two. Count is now evened at deuce. And Cannon sets, and the pitch is fouled off down the right field side. Count remains deuce. Cannon sets, fires, and this one is fouled right back into the catcher's face. Count remains deuce. And Cannon sets. Pitch is on the way, and this one is fouled off. As we head to the eighth pitch of the at bat. Cannon sets, and this pitch is hammered into left field, and this is going to be off the wall. Volpe is heading into second, and he's going to be in there with a stand-up double. This thing is starting to piss me off. It keeps freaking muting me. And the pitch is on the way, and McMahon swings through and misses. And he is down on strikes, and that is 2 away. I'm in Philadelphia right now, so my AV son is not here to help me out with this stuff. Apologize in advance. Grisham is up to bat. He walked in his first at bat. And the first pitch is on the way. It is fouled back. Count is 0-1. And Cannon sets, fires, and the pitch is off the plate. Count is evened at 1-1. And Cannon sets, fires, and the pitch is off the plate. Count is 2-1 on Grishbaum. And Cannon sets, fires, and the sweeper is way off the plate. Count is now 3-1. Cannon sets and fires, and the changeup is right down the heart of Broadway. Count is full, 3-2. Cannon checks on the runner. He sets and fires, and that pitch is off the plate. Trent Grisham is going to take his gear off and head to first base. All rise. The judge is in the chambers. And it looks like they're going to have a little bit of a mound visit. And Cannon sets. And this pitch is driven deep to right center field. This one is going, and gone. 50 home runs for the captain. That is Aaron Judge's 50th home run. It left his bat at 106.9 miles an hour and traveled 392 feet. Incredible feat for the captain. Fourth straight 50 home run season, or fourth hit 50 run home season. Actually, it's his 51st. We know that he all got robbed in Tampa with one that wasn't called. So the Yankees now come up with a 3-1 lead. And Cody Bellinger coming to bat. He walked in his first appearance. I missed the first pitch, but the next pitch is down low. Count is 1-1. And the pitch is on the way, and it is a high pop up to Montgomery. Montgomery's on the outfield grass and puts it away, but not before the captain adds 3 runs to bring the Yankees up 3-1 on the White Sox. Coming up to bat in the top of the third is going to be Medroth, Mead, and Caro. And for those of you that are here, if you could, please hit the like button, share the channel out. And if you're not a member of the Yankees The Ugly Truth family, please consider subscribing. All right. On our active scoreboard in the bottom of the fifth, Rays lead the Orioles 3-0. Top of third, the Tigers have a 1-0 lead on the Guardians. In the top of the sixth, Pirates lead the Guardians 1-0. In the bottom of the fifth, the Phillies lead the Marlins 3-1. And you know the score in this game. In the top of the fourth, Red Sox lead the Blue Jays 3-0. And those are our active games on the hopper right now as we speak. So how are we feeling about it? And Freed sets. First pitch is on the way, and it is up and out of the strike zone. Count is 1-0 on Medrith. And the pitch is on the way. Medrith shows bunt, and he bunts it foul. Count is 1-1. And Freed sets, and the curveball is down low. Count is 2-1. And the pitch is on the way, and this is fouled off. Count is going to be deuce. And the pitch is on the way, and the ball is chopped to Volpe. Volpe fields it cleanly and fires to Goldie for the first out of the inning. And Freed sets, pitch is on the way, and it is just off the plate. Count is 1-0. Freed sets, and he fires, and the pitch is off the plate. Count is 2-0. Mead is 0 for 1 on the night with a ground out in the first. Freed sets, and the pitch is off the plate. Count is now 3-0. And the pitch is right down the heart of Broadway. Call strike one. Count is 3-1. And the pitch is hit foul. Count is now full 3-2. And Freed sets, and the pitch is skied to center field. Drifting is Grisham, and he is going to make the play to retire Mead, and that is the second out. Kiro is coming up to bat. He is 0 for 1 on the day with a strikeout in the first. And the first pitch is off the plate. Count is 1-0. And Freed sets, and the ball is chopped to Freed. Freed is going to underhand it to Goldschmidt for the third out, and that is a 1-2-3 inning. Coming up to bat in our half of the third is going to be Giancarlo Stanton, Ben Rice, and Paul Goldschmidt. And let's see. In the top of the fourth, Red Sox have runners at first and second with 2 outs. Bregman is up to bat. Count is 0-1. Let's go, Yankees. I want to thank everybody for spending time on their busy Wednesday evening. Normally, I wouldn't be calling this game, but because I'd be at league bowling this evening. However, I'm in Pennsylvania looking after my mother, so I'm afforded the opportunity to call the play by play tonight. And I want to thank everyone for being here. Your support is most appreciated. Coming up to bat is big Giancarlo Stanton, 0 for 1 on the night with a flyout. And Cannon is still in the game. And Cannon sets. Pitch is on the way, and it is a fastball way off the plate. And Cannon sets. Pitch is swung on and missed. Count is 1-1. And the pitch is on the way, and this one is grounded to the third baseman. Vargas fires it across to Mead to record the first out. Ben Rice is coming up to bat. He is 0 for 1 on the night with a strikeout in the first. And Cannon sets, and the pitch is on the way. Rice fouls this one off down the third base line. Count is 0-1. Cannon sets and fires, and the pitch is in there for call. Strike two. Count is 0-2 on Rice. And Cannon sets, fires, and this one is ripped into right center field. And that is going to be off the glove of Taylor. It is bouncing around off the wall. Rice is rounding second and heading to third. And he is going to be in there. Not sure if they're going to call that an error. Taylor had a long way to run. And they're going to give Rice credit for a triple on that one. And Goldie's coming up to bat. White Sox have brought the infield in. Goldschmidt struck out in his first at bat with the bases loaded and 2 outs. A little bit of redemption time. And Cannon sets, fires, and Goldie waves at a pitch. Definitely not a swing. Count is 0-1. Cannon sets and fires, and the pitch is fouled off. Count is 0-2. And the pitch is on the way, and that is a line drive into right field. And Rice is going to score on this one. So that's another run. That is Goldie's 45th ribby of the season. Yankees have a runner at first with 1 out. Jazz Chisholm is coming up to bat. He is 0 for 1 on the day with a strikeout. And the first pitch to Jazz is just off the plate. Count is 1-0. La 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 la. And Cannon sets. Pitch is on the way, and this one is driven out into left center field. And nobody's going to get that. That's going to fall in just before the warning track. Goldschmidt is rounding third, and he is heading home. And there is not going to be a throw. So that is an RBI double for Jazz Chisholm. Goldie ran through the sign. And the Yankees now have a 5-1 lead. Was that a finger that waved that Goldie stuck as he ran past Rojas' stop sign? I don't know. Could be. And the first pitch to Volpe catches the outside corner. Call. Strike one. Count is 0-1. And the pitch is on the way, and it is fouled off. Count is 0-2. And the pitch to Volpe is fouled off. Day-o. Day-o. And Cannon sets. Pitch is on the way, and this one is hammered foul. And Cannon sets. And he steps off the mound. And the pitch is hit to center field. Taylor is tracking it and makes the play for the second out. Ryan McMahon is coming up to bat. He is 0 for 1 on the night with a strikeout in the second. And the first pitch is swung on and missed. Count is 0-1. All right, Ryan, duck on the pond. Let's bring him home. And Cannon sets. Pitch is on the way, and that is inside. Count is 1-1. And the pitch is on the way, and the pitch is swung on and missed. Count is 1-2. And McMahon swings and misses this one, and that is strike three and the third out of the inning, but not before the Yankees add two more runs to take a 5-1 lead. Heading into the top of the fourth is going to be Miguel Vargas, Montgomery, and Luis Sosa. And an update on the scoreboard. The Red Sox have jumped up, added another run to their tally, so they are now leading the Blue Jays 4-0. And the Guardians in the top of the fourth have fought back and taken a 2-1 lead on the Tigers. Other interesting matchup for the National League wild card, the Reds are losing to the Pirates 2-0. I will be back in half a click. And the count is deuce deuce on Vargas. And Freed sets. Pitch is on the way, and that is a curveball off the plate. Count is full. All right, Maxie, come on. 4-run lead. Don't nibble. Just go at these guys. Freed sets, fires, and paints the outside corner for call. Strike three. That is Freed's fourth strikeout of the night. And Freed sets. Pitch is a cutter off the plate. Count is 1-0. And Freed sets. Fires, and the pitch is hit down the left field line. Bellinger is running, and that is going to get down and go into the stands for a ground rule double. And Freed sets. And the pitch is a changeup that catches the inside corner for call. Strike one. Count is 0-1. And Freed sets. Pitch is on the way, and this one is fouled off. Count is 0-2. And the pitch is on the way, and Sosa swings and misses. That is a foul tip into Rice's glove, and that is the fifth strikeout of the night for Maxey. Coming up to bat is Julks. And the first pitch is on the way, and this is skied to center field. Grisham is drifting, and he makes the play for the third out of the inning. So there are no runs on a hit, and we are headed to the bottom of the fourth. Coming up to bat is Trent Grisham, Aaron Judge, and Cody Bellinger. And for those of you who have hopped in this stream and listened to a little bit of baseball, participated in chat, I want to thank you all. Most appreciated for you supporting the channel, myself, and the stream. If you have not, please hit the like button, share the channel out, and if you are not a member of the Yankees The Ugly Truth family, please consider subscribing. La 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 la. And they're in the top of the sixth inning in the Red Sox Blue Jays game. It looks like Scherzer has been removed. As mentioned just a second ago, the Red Sox lead the Blue Jays 4-0. And Cannon sets, and the first pitch is grounded to Julks, who flips it over to Medriff, I think, is the first baseman for the first out. All rise. The judge is in the chambers. And Cannon sets, fires, and the sweeper catches the outside corner for call. Strike one. Count is 0-1. Cannon sets and fires, and the pitch is off the plate. Count is 1-1. And Cannon sets. Pitch is on the way, and the pitch is way off the strike zone, out of the strike zone. Count is 2-1. Cannon sets and fires and catches the outside corner for call. Strike one or strike two. And the 2-2 pitch is off the plate. Count is going to go 3-2. And the payoff pitch is hammered. It's not deep enough. Taylor is drifting, and he's going to make the play on the warning track for the second out. And the pitch is cued down the third baseline. And Meade could backhand it, but Bellinger is going to beat it out for a infield single. Coming up to bat is Giancarlo Stanton with a pair of Ks on the day. Actually, he doesn't have a pair of Ks. He lined out to shallow right field. I don't know what he did in the other at bat. I guess I'll figure it out. And the first pitch is a changeup in there for call. Strike one. And Big G grounded out. That was his other out. And Cannon sets. Pitch is foul straight back. Count is 0-2. And it was a pickoff attempt at first base. Cannon's throw was a bit off the mark. And the pitch is on the way, and Stanton swings and misses. Stanton is striking out over 50% of the time over the last 4 weeks. I have been to Portland, Oregon, and Portland, Maine. My first ship in the Navy was the USS Portland, and that was the namesakes, both the cities. We would go to Maine for I believe it was the Cherry Festival. Pretty cool event. Went to the shipyards there too. For those of you that are in the stream, if you have not, please hit the like button, share the channel out. And if you're not a member of the Yankees The Ugly Truth family, please consider subscribing to one and the same. And let's see, around the major leagues. In the bottom of the seventh, the Rays lead the Orioles 5-0. In the bottom of the fifth, Guardians lead the Tigers 2-1. In the bottom of the seventh, Pirates lead the Reds 2-1. In the bottom of the seventh, the Phillies have jumped out to a 10-1 lead over the Marlins. As you know, in this game, the Yankees are up 5-1, heading to the top of 5. In the bottom of 6, Red Sox lead the Blue Jays 4-0. In the top of the second, the Mets and the Cubs are locked up at donuts. And in the top of the third, the Twins lead the Rangers 1-0. And those are all the active games underway. Baldwin is coming up to bat. He is 0-for-1 with a flyout. And the first pitch is chopped to Fried. Fried sets and fires, and this is not going to be in time. Baldwin is going to make it for an infield hit. And Fried sets. First pitch to Taylor is in there and swung on and missed. Count is 0-1. And Fried sets, and the pitch is just off the plate. Count is 1-1. Fried sets, and that pitch is off the plate. Count is now 2-1. All right, Maxie, just pitch to the guys. Nothing fancy. No schmo, no go. Michael A. Taylor's up to bat. He is 0 for 1 with a strikeout in the second. And Maxie sets, fires, and the pitch is tap foul. Count is now deuce deuce. What color is your goose? And Freed steps off the mound. You think, Sean? You think we got this? Freed sets, fires, and the pitch is way out of the strike zone. That is Freed's sixth strikeout of the night. So, for those of you just joining the stream, we're in the top of the fifth. The Yankees lead the White Sox 5-1. There is a runner at first with one out, and Medrith is up to bat. First pitch is a sweeper in there for call, strike one. Count is 0-1. Medrith is 0 for 2 on the night with a strikeout and a ground out. And the pitch is hammered foul. Count is now 0-2. And the pitch is on the way, and it is chopped to Goldie at first. He steps on first and records the first out. He flips it to second, but Baldwin is going to advance safely. That is the second out of the inning. So the Sox have a runner at second with 2 outs. Meade is coming up to bat. He is 0 for 2 on the day. And Freed sets, fires, and the pitch catches the inside corner. Where do you live in Virginia, Ray? And Freed sets. Pitch is on the way, and it is just out of the strike zone. Count is evened out 1-1. I am in Virginia Beach myself. And Freed sets, and the pitch is a sweeper in there for call. Strike two. Count is 1-2. Okay. Freed checks on the runner at second. And the pitch is down in the dirt. Count is now deuce deuce. What color is your goose? And the pitch is on the way, and it is bloop to Jazz. Jazz is going to make the play, and that is going to do it for the White Sox. No runs on one hit, one runner left on base. And as we head to the bottom of the fifth, coming up for the Yankees is going to be Ben Rice, Paul Goldschmidt, and Jazz Chisholm. And on a side note, for those who have not hit the like button or shared the channel out, if you could please do so. If you're not a member of the Yankees The Ugly Truth family, please consider subscribing. I'm going to leave and check on my mother real quick, so I should be back before the next pitch. And it's starting to rain in the stadium. Count is 0-2 on Rice, and the pitch is high fly ball to deep left field. Julk is chasing it, and he is going to make the play on the warning track for the first out of the inning. Paul Goldschmidt is coming up to bat. He is 1 for 2 with an RBI single. And the first pitch is in there for call, strike one. Hey, Daniel, welcome to the stream. And there is a ball with a pitch clock violation. For those of you just hopping in the stream, if you could, please hit the like button, share the channel out. And if you're not a member of the Yankees The Ugly Truth family, please consider subscribing. And the next pitch is on the way, and it is fouled off. Count is 1-2. And Cannon sets and fires. The pitch is down low. Count is deuce. And it looks like Tyler Alexander is warming up in the bullpen for the White Sox. And the next pitch is on the way, and this one is fouled off. Count is going to remain deuce. What color is your goose, Paul Goldschmidt? And Cannon sets, fires, and the pitch is called strike three. Goldschmidt is down looking, and that is the second out of the inning. Coming up to bat is Jazz Chisholm. He is 1 for 2 on the night with a double and an RBI in the third. And the first pitch to Jazz is a changeup inside. Count is 1-0. And Cannon sets, fires, and next changeup is down low. Count is 2-0. And the pitch is on the way, and Jazz hits a towering fly ball. It is in shallow center field. Montgomery is underneath it, and he is going to make the play for the third out of the inning. There are 52 people in the stream. Pretty high for us on a normal Wednesday night. Why don't you type something and just say hey so we know who's here? And if you haven't, please hit the like button and share the channel out. If you are not a member of the Yankees The Ugly Truth family, please consider subscribing. We do a lot of play-by-plays here, Yankee baseball games and other various ones. We have open panels on Tuesdays and Thursdays for everyone to come up and say what they think. And I post questions periodically in the form of videos so that folks can give it some thought, answer, and I will reply as quickly as possible. And let's take a look at the active scoreboard. In the bottom of the eighth, Rays lead the Orioles 6-0. In the bottom of the fifth, the Guardians now have a 3-1 lead on the Tigers. In the bottom of the eighth, the Pirates are leading the Reds 2-0. Also in the bottom of the eighth, the Phillies have added another run. Score is 11-1. As you know, in our game, we are headed to the bottom of the top of the sixth. Score is 5-1. In the bottom of the seventh, the Red Sox lead the Blue Jays 4-0. In the top of the third, the Mets and Cubs are tied up at zeros. And in the top of the fourth, the Twins have a 1-0 lead over the Rangers. Ray, Red Sox score is 4-0 over the Jays. And Fried sets. And the first pitch is a sinker in there for call. Strike one. Count is 0-1. Fried sets, and the ball is chopped to third base. McMahon fields it cleanly and fires it to Goldie for the first out of the inning. Vargas is 1-for-2 on the day with a single in the second and a run scored. And the pitch is on the way, and it is just off the plate. Count is 1-0. And Fried sets, and the curveball drops in there for call. Strike one. Count is 1-1. And Fried sets, and the changeup is off the plate. Count is 2-1. Fried's pitch count is at 82 pitches in the sixth inning with one out. Fried sets and fires, and the curveball is way off the plate. Count is now 3-1. And the pitch is down low for ball 4. So the White Sox have a runner at first with 1 out. Montgomery coming up to bat. He is 2 for 2 on the night with a single and a double. And Fried sets, and the first pitch is in the dirt. Count is 1-0. And Fried sets, fires, and the fastball catches the inside corner. Call strike 1. Count is 1-1. Fried sets, and he fires, and the second pitch is call strike 2. Count is 1-2. And Fried sets. Pitch is on the way, and this is a broken bat loop to Goldie, and Goldie is going to tag the runner at first. That is going to be a double play, and that is going to do it for the White Sox in the bottom of the 6th, or the top of the 6th. Coming to the bottom of the 6th is going to be Volpe, McMahon, and Grisham. And for those of you that have hopped into the stream, we are in the bottom of the 6th. Yankees lead the White Sox 5-1. Coming up to bat is going to be Volpe, McMahon, and Grisham. There should be a pitching change, and I'll announce that as soon as I have the name. For those of you who have hopped in, if you could, please hit the like button, share the channel out. If you're not a member of the Yankees The Ugly Truth family. And in our active scoreboard, the Rays now lead the Orioles in the bottom of the 8th, 6-2. Bottom of the 4th, or bottom of the 6th, Guardians lead the Tigers 3-1. That's definitely going to have an effect. And Tyler Alexander will be coming in the game. The Reds have gotten on the board in the bottom of the 8th. Score is 2-1 against the Pirates. In the bottom of the 8th, the Phillies are leading the Marlins 11-1. In our game, we're heading to the bottom of the 6th. Yankees lead 5-1. In the top of the 8th, Red Sox lead the Blue Jays 4-0. Heading to the bottom of the 3rd, Mets and Cubs are at zeros. In the top of the 4th, the Rangers and the Twins. Twins lead 1-0. Anthony Volpe is coming up to bat. Alexander is a left-handed pitcher. Alexander sets and fires, and the first pitch is in there for call, strike 1. Fried's count, I believe, is at 87, John. Volpe is 1 for 2 on the night with a double and a run scored. And Alexander sets, fires, and the pitch is fouled off. Count is 0-2. Alexander sets, fires, and the pitch is way out of the strike zone. Count is 1-2. And the pitch is looped into left field. Julk is cruising and he makes it catch on the run. McMahon is coming up to bat. He is 0 for 2 on the day with a pair of strikeouts. And the pitch is on the way, and it is in there for call, strike one. And Alexander sets, fires, and the pitch catches the outside part of the plate. Count is 0-2. And the pitch is on the way, and it is skied to center field. Teller is tracking it, and he is going to make it in mid-range center field for the second out. Coming up to bat is Trent Grisham. He is 0 for 1 on the day with a pair of walks and a run scored. And Grisham steps in the box. Pitch is on the way, and it is going to catch the bottom of the strike zone for call, strike one. Count is 0-1. Beautiful sweeper. And Alexander sets, fires, and the pitch is swung on and missed. Count is 0-2. And the pitch is on the way, and Grisham swings and misses for the third strike and the last out of the inning. Alexander retires the Yankees in order. Heading to the top of the seventh, Sosa, Julk, and Baldwin are coming up to bat. And in the top of the eighth inning, Red Sox have runners on at first and second with one out. Weiler Abreu is up to bat, and the count is 1-1 on Abreu. Looks like the Blue Jays have Tommy Nance warming up in the bullpen. Jose Barrios is on the bump. He sets and fires, and this one is chopped to the first baseman. Pitcher is going to cover and record the second out of the inning, but not before the Red Sox advance runners to second and third with two outs. Coming up to bat is former Yankee catcher Carlos Narvaez. And Barrios is on the mound. He checks the runners at second and third. He sets, fires, and the pitch is inside. Count is 0-1. And Barrios sets. Pitch is on the way, and it is swung on and missed. Count is 1-1. And back in our game, Fried sets and fires, and the cutter is off the plate. Count is 1-0. Sosa is 0 for 1 on the day with a sacrifice fly in the second. And Fried sets. Pitch is on the way, and it is chopped back to Maxey. Maxey sets and fires to Goldie at first to record the first out of the inning. And Barrios sets and fires, and Narvaez skies a fly ball to right center field, and this one is going, and gone. Carlos Narvaez hits a 3-run homer off the pitcher Carlos Barrios to give the Red Sox a 7-0 lead on the Blue Jays. And the pitch to Julk is outside. Count is 1-1. And Fried sets. Pitch is on the way, and it is swung on and missed. Count is 1-2. And Fried sets. Pitch is on the way, and this one is tap foul. Count remains 1-2. John, I've said that for months now. And Fried sets and fires, and the pitch is off the plate. Count is evened at 2-2. In a game that the Yankees are about to be tied for the AL East division, the chat is awfully quiet. And Fried sets, fires, and the pitch is swung on and missed. That is Maxey's 7th strikeout of the night. Fried's pitch count is at 96. In the top of the 7th, the White Sox have no runners on with 2 outs. Baldwin is coming up to bat. He is 1 for 2 on the night. And the first pitch is in there for just a bit low for ball 1. Yeah, Alan, I just reported that. As a matter of fact, I called Narvaez's home run. And Fried sets, and he fires, and the pitch is in there for strike 1. Count is 1-1. And Fried sets. Pitch is down low and inside. Count is 2-1. And Fried sets. Pitch is on the way, and this one is chopped foul. Count is now evened at 2-2. What color is your goose, Max Fried? And Freed sets. Pitch is on the way, and it is just off the plate. Count is now full, 3-2. Come on, Maxie, just pitch to the guy. And Freed sets, fires, and the pitch is about a 58-foot spiker. Count is now ball four. So Baldwin takes the bag. Coming up to bat is Michael A. Taylor. You know, John, if the score holds in the Pirates game and they beat the Reds, the Cubs knock the Mets out, the Diamondbacks could conceivably be the wild card, the sixth wild card in the NL. And there's a runner at first with two outs. Michael A. Taylor up to bat. He is 0 for 2 on the night with a pair of Ks. And Freed sets, and the pitch is swung on and missed. Count is 0-1. Nice curveball by Maxie. And Freed sets and fires, and the pitch is off the plate. Count is 1-1. And the pitch is hit down the right field line, and that one is foul. Count is 1-2. Well, I'm liking that they're in the Boston game that they're pitching Crochet. He's already about 40 innings over the max he's ever pitched. And the more pitches he gets, the more innings he logs, the more worn down he gets. So keep him out there. I hope he throws a complete game. And the pitch is off the plate and down low. Count is deuce deuce. Actually, John, the Diamondbacks hold the tiebreakers against both the Mets and the Reds. And the pitch is hit into right field. Judge is tracking it, and he's going to make it on the warning track. And that is going to do it for the White Sox in the top of the seventh. Coming up to bat in the bottom of the seventh is going to be our captain, Aaron Judge, Cody Bellinger, and Giancarlo Stanton. And they're announcing the military veteran of the day, United States Navy in the house. Navy Captain Jeffrey Carrat, member of Operation Enduring Freedom and a submarine commander. Thank you for your service, Captain Coran. Appreciate your service to the country. Salute, sir. And for those of you that are in our stream, if you could, please hit the like button, share the channel out. And if you're not a member of the Yankees The Ugly Truth family, please consider subscribing. And let's see, around the majors, the Rangers have scored, so now they are in the top of the fifth. The score is 1-1. In the bottom of the third, the Cubs lead the Mets 4-0. In the Red Sox Blue Jays game, bottom of the eighth, the Red Sox lead the Rays 7-0. In our game here, heading to the bottom of the seventh, the Yankees lead the White Sox 5-1. In the top of the ninth, the Pirates lead the Reds 2-1. In the top of the seventh, Guardians lead the Tigers 3-1. And the Rays Orioles game has gone final. Rays beat the Orioles 6-2. In earlier games, the Brewers beat the Padres 3-1. And the Nationals beat the Braves 4-3. And that is the active Major League scoreboard around the league. Coming up very shortly is going to be the Royals and the Angels, the Diamondbacks and the Dodgers, the Rockies and the Mariners, Cardinals and the Giants, and the Astros and the Athletics. And that is around the major leagues today. And the judges in the chambers, all rise. And the first pitch is in there for call, strike one. Judge is 1. Marvin, in the Detroit game, they're down 3-1 against the Guardians. And in the Reds game, the Pirates are leading 2-1 on the Reds. And the pitch is on the way, and this one is looped into right field. It's going to fall into Devil's Triangle, and that is a single for the captain. No problem. For those of you who have just hopped in, we are in the bottom of the seventh. The Yankees lead the White Sox 5-1. Yankees have a runner at first with nobody out. Cody Bellinger coming up to bat. And the pitch is on the way. It is off the plate. Count is 1-0. Belly is 1 for 2 on the day with a walk and a single. Alexander sets. Checks on the runner at first. Pitch is on the way, and it is in there for call. Strike one. Count is 1-1. Alexander sets. Pitch is foul down the left field line. White Sox are giving chase, but it is going to end up in the stands, and the count is 1-2. And the pitch is on the way. And this one is on the warning track, and Baldwin brings it in for the first out. So that is the first out for the Yankees. Coming up to bat is Giancarlo Stanton, who has been in a massive slump. Nope, Scooble cannot save Detroit. And Alexander sets. Pitch is on the way, and it is a fly ball into center field, and that is a single for Giancarlo Stanton. So the Yankees have runners now at first and second. And it looks like Jason Dominguez is coming in to pinch run for Stanton. And Ben Rice is coming up to bat. He is 1 for 3 on the day with a triple and a run scored. Alexander sets and he fires. The first pitch is foul down the first base line. Count is 0-1. And Alexander sets, checks on the runner at second, and he fires, and the pitch is inside. Count is 1-1. And Alexander sets, pitch is on the way, and it is off the plate. Count is now 2-1. And the Reds have come back to tie the game 2-2 in the bottom of the ninth. So Skeens does not get the decision tonight. Alexander sets, fires, and this pitch is foul tip. Count is now 3-2. And the pitch is driven to center field. Taylor is tracking it, is going to make the play. That is going to be 2 outs. Nobody is going to tag or advance. Coming up to bat is Paul Goldschmidt. Goldie is 1 for 3 on the night with a single in the third and a run scored. And Alexander sets. Pitch is on the way, and it is up and out of the strike zone. Count is 1-0. Alexander sets, and the pitch is hammered foul. Count is 1-1. And Alexander sets. Pitch is on the way. It is down low, and there is a snap throw to first. Dominguez is back in time. And the pitch is on the way. And Goldie swings on it and misses. Count is now even at deuces. Deuce, deuce. What color is your goose, Goldie? And it looks like Boozer is warming up in the pen for the White Sox. And the pitch is on the way, and Goldschmidt is rung up on strikes. And that is going to do it for the Yankees in the bottom of the seventh. No runs on 2 hits. There are 2 men left on base. And for those of you that are here, if you could, please hit the like button, share the channel out, and if you're not a member of the Yankees The Ugly Truth family, please consider subscribing. And it looks like the Blue Jays have finally gotten on the board with a solo shot home run. And I think it might have been Isaiah Kiner-Falefa, former Yankee, that did it for him. So the score is now 7-1. And it looks like Austin Wells is taking over behind the dish. Devin Williams is coming in for Max Fried. And Williams sets, and the changeup is in there for call. Strike 1 against Medroth. Medroth is 0 for 3 on the night with a strikeout and a pair of groundouts. And Williams sets. Pitch is on the way, and this one is swung on and missed. Count is 0-2. And the pitch is on the way, and it is a fly ball to right field. Judge is tracking it, and he is going to make the play while drifting to his left. And that is the first out of the inning. And Williams sets, fires, and the pitch is in there for call. Strike 1. Nice 96-mile-an-hour four-seamer. Mead is 0 for 3 on the night with a ground-out, fly-out, and a line-out. And Williams sets, Fires and the change is swung on and missed. Count is 0-2. And the pitch is on the way, and it is fouled on the third base line. And Williams sets and fires, and this one is hit to center field. Grisham closed on it, and he makes the play for the second out of the inning. And coming up to bat is Kiro. He is 0 for 3 on the night. A strikeout and a pair of groundouts. And Williams sets, and the first pitch is swung on and missed. Count is 0-1. And Williams sets, fires, and he paints the outside portion of the plate for strike two. Count is 0-2. And Williams sets. Pitch is on the way, and it is up and out of the strike zone. Count is 1-2. Williams sets, and the pitch is down low. Count is evened at deuce. What color is your goose, Devin? Williams sets, brings the pitch in. It wow, should have definitely been called strike three, but count is now full, 3-2. Williams sets and fires, and the pitch is fouled off. Count is going to remain full, 3-2. And the pitch is chopped down the first baseline. Goldie is going to get it and step on the bag for the third out of the inning, and that is going to do it for the White Sox as we head to the bottom of the eighth. Shit. We will have Chisholm, Volpe, and McMahon coming up to bat. And for all of you that have joined the stream, if you could, please hit the like button, share the channel out. And if you're not a member of the Yankees The Ugly Truth family, please consider subscribing. We are at 396 subscribers, looking for our next milestone of 400. So 6 subscribers away. Anything that you can do to help us out would be most appreciated. And FYI, for those who are in the stream, if you could, after this game is over, head over to NY Yankee Mania with Joe for a post-game review. Additionally, he will have a morning show at 8:30 called Coffee, Bagels, and Donuts. So I recommend checking both those streams. And tomorrow evening, I will be on for the game 3 of this series. Sad, 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 sad. The last play of the game, Alejandro Kirk hit a line drive to the right fielder in mid right field, and he threw Kirk out at first. Tomorrow I will be on at 7 p.m. Hey AD, how you doing, brother? If you haven't, hit that like button and share the channel out. We were at 39 likes. I'd love to hit 40. I've never done it before. And Boozer is coming in to replace Alexander. And the Red Sox Toronto game has gone final. And the first pitch to Jazz is in there for call. Strike one. Count is 0-1. And Boozer sets and fires, and this one is grounded to Medrith. He fires to Vargas for the first out of the inning. I'm telling you, John, the Diamondbacks are going to be freaking the last wild card team before it's all over with. Volpe is coming up to bat. He is 1 for 3 on the night with a double in the second and a run scored. And Boozer sets and fires. His pitch catches the top of the strike zone. For call, strike one. Count is 0-1. Boozer sets and fires, and the pitch catches the bottom of the strike zone. Count is 0-2. And we've got Bednar and Blackburn warming up in the Yankee pen. And Boozer sets, and the sweeper is down low and inside. And the count to Volpe is deuce, deuce. What color is your ghost, Anthony? And the pitch is on the way, and it is chopped to Boozer on the mound. He runs over and flips it to Vargas for the second out. And the pitch to McMahon is fouled sharply down the first base line. Count is 0-1. So who comes out, Bednar or Leiter? Yeah, John, the Diamondbacks do what they do. Speed kills, and that team is the epitome of it. And the next pitch is in there for call. Strike two. Count is 0-2 on McMahon. McMahon is 0 for 3 on the night with a pair of strikeouts and a flyout, hoping to avoid the hat trick. And the next pitch is on the way, and it is up out of the strike zone. Count is 1-2. And the pitch is up out of the strike zone. Count is now deuce. What color is your goose, Ryan? And the pitch is on the way. It is down low. Count is now full 3-2. And in the bottom of the 10th, the pitch is down low for ball 4. And in the bottom of the 10th in the Pirates Reds game, the Pirates have tied it up at 3s. Grisham is coming up to bat. He is 0 for 2 on the night with a pair of walks and a run scored. And the pitch is in there just a bit low. Count is 1-0 on Grisham. Yankees have a runner at first with 2 outs. Alexander sets, and this one is hammered to right field. And this one is going, and gone. Another home run for Grisham. That is number 34 on the season. Yankees now jump up to a 7-1 lead. The ball left his bat at 105.7 miles an hour and traveled 402 feet. Hey, Kingdom, welcome to the stream. All rise, the judges in the chambers. And the first pitch is swung on and missed. Count is 0-1. And this pitch is hammered. And this one is going, and gone. So that is Judge's 51st home run of the season. And that is his second dinger of the day. That one left his bat at 105 miles an hour and traveled 395 feet. And the first pitch is into Bellinger. It is called strike one. And the next pitch is up and into Belly. Count is evened out 1-1. Day-o. Day-o. And the pitch is on the way, and this one is skied to center field. Taylor is going to make the play for the third out of the inning, but not before the Yankees go back-to-back and add 3 more runs to take us to 8-1. And fact of life, Red Sox have already beaten the Blue Jays, so we're going to have a share of the American League East lead. Let's go Yankees. Coming up to bat in the top of the ninth is going to be Vargas Montgomery, and Sosa. And for all of you that are in the stream, if you could, please hit the like button, share the channel out. And if you are not a member of the Yankees The Ugly Truth family, please consider subscribing. Uh, we do play by plays here almost every day. Hey, John, welcome. We have open panels on Tuesdays and Thursdays, and I pose challenging questions in the form of videos for folks to consider, answer, and I'll get back as quickly as I can. All right, I'll be back in half a sec. I got to go check on my mom. And Paul Blackburn is taking over for Devin Williams, and Vargas has flown out to center field. The first pitch to Montgomery is inside for ball one. Count is 1-0. And the next pitch is swung on and missed. Count is 1-1. Montgomery is 2 for 3 on the night with a double and a single. And the pitch is on the way, and it is foul straight back. Count is 1-2. And Blackburn sets and fires, and Montgomery bangs this one off his shin. So now he's hobbling around. It looks like Montgomery's okay. He's back in. And Blackburn sets, fires, and Montgomery is rung up on strikes. That is the second out, 1 out left. And Blackburn sets. Pitch to Sosa is foul down the right field line. Count is 0-1. And Blackburn sets. And the pitch is on the way. And this is a looping single into left center field. So that is going to be a single for Sosa. Will Robinson is coming in to pinch hit for Corey Jukes. Hey, Nancy, welcome to the stream. And the pitch is hit into a pop up, and Ryan McMahon is going to lock it down for the Yankees. The Yankees win 8-1, and the Yankees are now tied with the Toronto Blue Jays for the top of the AL East. There are 4 games remaining, and the Yankees have to gain 1 game in 4, and the Yankees win the East. Fantastic. Before I close out, I'm going to go over the scoreboard. Today, the Nationals beat the Braves 4-3. The Brewers beat the Padres 3-1. The Rays beat the Orioles 6-2. The Guardians have in the bottom of the 8th have a 5-1 lead on the Tigers. In the bottom of the 10th, the Reds and the Pirates are tied up at 3. Today, the Phillies defeat the Marlins 11-1. As you know, the Yankees beat the White Sox 8-1. The Red Sox beat the Blue Jays 7-1. In the bottom of the 5th, the Cubs lead the Mets 6-2. In the bottom of the 7th, the Rangers lead the Twins 2-1. In the bottom of the 1st, the Royals and the Angels are locked up at 0s. In the bottom of the 1st, the Dodgers lead the Diamondbacks 1-0. There is no score in the Rockies Mariners, Cardinals Giants, and the Astros and Athletics get underway. I want to thank everybody for taking time to listen to a little bit of baseball and support this stream. I recommend heading over to NY Yankee Mania with Joe for a post-game review. It is always a good time, and you should get some great insight. As I said, tomorrow evening at 7, I will be on this bat channel calling the 3rd game of this series. I want to thank everybody for taking time to support the stream and listen to a little bit of baseball. Before you leave, if you could, please hit the like button, share the channel out. And if you are not a member of the Yankees The Ugly Truth family, please consider subscribing. And I will say, let's go Yankees. We'll see you in the funny papers. Have a great night.